Now, if you drive by yourself without a road map, you don't know what is just next building. To get there, you may go round the world and get there. Or in the process of going around the world, you may just get lost or fall dead. Yes, not everybody has the endurance to complete the journey of that kind, which is of uncertain duration, isn't it? Or you go with a road map. Somebody has told you, this is it, this is it, this is it. You do just that and go with the road map. Still it's your effort, but somebody's guidance. Another way is, somebody is going there, you can see that this person is going in the right direction, so you just follow him. Another way is, you don't even trust you following him because one moment you want to go to the bathroom, by then he will be gone. So you just get onto his bus. Now, anyway you go there, no effort from your side. But there are different aspects of you. You want to go yourself because there is a certain aspect of you which want to do things, isn't it? All of you. If I ask you, why are you working this hard, you say, what shouldn't we live? Don't I need food? Shouldn't I feed my children, my wife? Do one thing. I'll give them a roof and I'll give you food. You don't do anything, you simply sit. Okay. You, your wife, your children, I'll feed them. I'll give them a roof over their head. You don't do anything. Just sit quietly. Possible? You'll go crazy. You'll want to do many things, isn't it? So there is something in you which wants to do things. Till that urge is very strong, then you do your own driving. If you're sensible, use the road map. Otherwise get lost for a while here and there, do all kinds of crazy things. When you see you're not getting anywhere, ask for a road map. With road map also you can get very confused and lost. Then you drive behind somebody. If you're doing well that way, fine. If you're not doing well that way, even there you're getting lost, then you just get onto somebody's bus. Now, even if you sleep, you'll go. This means that you have to keep yourself aside. If you have to get onto somebody's bus, you have to keep yourself completely aside. Your personality will not pass. You have to just sit. You don't decide how fast to drive, what to do, how to swing the bus. No, isn't it? You just sit. If he stops, you stop with him. If he goes, you go with him. This is one way of journeying. But you want to drive your own vehicle. Then it involves risks, isn't it? It involves various things. So what is it that you're ready for is something that you have to decide. These 4 ways I'm talking about are just bhakti, jnana, karma, kriya. You want to do your own thing, 100%. You don't want to depend on anybody. This is kriya. You want to take a road map and go. Jnana. You want to follow somebody else's bus. Karma. You just want to sit in somebody else's bus and go, you don't mind not being the driver. Bhakti. What are you ready for right now? You must see that. What I see is, before you come to just getting into somebody's bus, you must go through all those things. Otherwise you'll sit in the bus and want to drive it. You'll sit in the back seat and want to drive it, isn't it, most of the time? That won't be good. Before you settle down into the seat, you should exhaust the other aspects. Then only you can settle down. So how do you know the bus is going in the right direction? That's a big question. How do you know this bus is really going there? You really don't know, actually. You have no way of knowing also. It is just that if you notice that the driver or the bus seem to be traveling a different kind of terrain than you know, you must get onto it and try it. If you look at the driver, you feel very threatened, but still you want to be there. That means you must get onto the bus. If you're very comfortable, you're very pleased with the driver, you like the driver, very pleasant, don't get onto the bus, because he belongs to your realm. That's why you like him so much. He's just like you. If you sit with someone and for no reason you're uncomfortable, you're threatened, at the same time you still want to be there, that means you have found your Guru. You understand? His ways are normal, but his energy is abnormal. Anything that you don't understand is abnormal, isn't it? That's physics and that's God. So, take it. But when you feel you have done enough, get out of the bus. When you still think you need to do this and that, if you get onto the bus, you'll sit in the back seat and try to drive. That won't work.
The very process of our birth is connected to these cycles. You know that clearly the feminine cycles and our birth is very directly connected. Apart from that, this 12 1/4, somewhere between 11 3/4 to 12 1/4 is one solar cycle, it varies a little bit. If you complete 7 cycles of the solar system, if you complete 7 solar cycles, you will complete 1008 lunar cycles. That is, if you live for 84 years and 3 months, you would have completed 7 solar cycles and 1008 lunar cycles. If you just manage to live that long, I may be encouraging a lot of rubbish now. If you just manage to live to complete 7 solar cycles and 1008 lunar cycles, then you can break a certain bond with the earth. Your bond with the planet is broken largely. And very easily, with very little assistance, even if you know nothing about anything, with very little assistance, you can go beyond the cycles of birth and death, because your bond with the planet and the material of the planet, the memory of which you carry within you and the memory of you, the material also carries. You will break that bond. Once this bond is broken, then the work that needs to be done is very simple. When people say the salt of the earth, it has more meaning than most people understand. You are the salt of the earth. Whole body is just a small blob which has just popped out of this planet. What you call as myself right now is just a little blob of earth which just splashes out and falls back. And this keeps happening because there is a bond between the planet and you. The energy that you refer to as myself and the material which has become the manifestation of yourself, these two things have gotten linked. It's a very deep, it's a very profound relationship. But if you complete 7 cycles of the sun and… along with that you complete 1008 lunar cycles, then your bond with the planet is largely broken. From there on, it becomes very simple. With a very small push, it could be done. So if you've not done anything right, all you have to do is torment the world with 84 years of you. And because ultimately it's only the result that matters. Meditation is not concentration, meditation is not contemplation, meditation is not about calling for gods. You have only 2 sources of suffering in your life, your body and your mind. This is accumulation of food, this is accumulation of impressions. What you accumulate, you must be able to keep it aside at some point. Will you keep your body aside only with death, or will you do it consciously is the only question. If you do it consciously, you transcend everything that binds you right now. So we created various types of tools. Right now, one tool that is being massively distributed around the world is Isha Kriya, Shambhavi Mahamudra, Shunya meditations, Samyama, like this. But all these need preparation. All these need some amount of understanding, some amount of involvement. So we created another kind of tool for the larger masses who have no preparation, who don't have the necessary inclination to even prepare. That is the Dhyana Linga. We are sitting right here in front of Dhyana Linga. When I refer to Dhyana Linga as a tool, there are many devotees who get very hurt and they say, Sadhguru, don't call Dhyana Linga a tool. It's more than our life, it has transformed our life, it's the basis of our life. These kind of things are here. But it is a tool. A tool may look like a very mundane description, but we need to understand as human beings, we are who we are on this planet only because of our ability to use tools. You're not even a competition for a dog on the street, please know this, if not for your ability to use tools. You're not a competition for almost any creature on this planet. It is just our ability to use tools which has allowed us to do things that no other creature can do on this planet. So this is the power of a tool. So we created a tool, this is called Dhyana Linga. That means it's a tool to make you meditative. There are 7 dimensions to it, or it covers all the 114 possibilities, and it is catering to everybody without a single word spoken. No instruction, no explanation, no understanding needed. All you have to do is sit in its presence. And its presence is not local in terms of just sitting in the temple, because it's non-physical in its essence. So Dhyana Linga is an energy form catering to every person according to his or her needs, to make them or to push them towards becoming meditative. Thousands upon thousands of people have experienced this. They come here thinking they will sit for 5–10 minutes, they close their eyes and they're gone for hours. This is simply because this is a tool for meditativeness. The pride of Tamil Nadu, the pride of this Dravidian culture, and the core and the center of Tamil philosophy, Tamil literature, Tamil music, Tamil dance, Tamil everything, the very core of everything is the temple. But now temples have been decimated into very lifeless places, thousands of them are falling apart. Apart from that, those who are reasonably well, their liveliness is gone, they are being run by government diktat, not by the cultural strength and the traditional sciences which were involved in building these temples. My vote is only for those who will once again revive this Dravidian pride by liberating these temples from the government clutches, once again back into the hands of Tamil devotees. The core of Dravidian culture, the soul of Tamil people must come back into their hands so that once again it can be a vibrant, transformative process for the people here. My vote is for them. I beseech every one of you, every citizen in Tamil Nadu, that you must stand up for this. Without devotion, without the heart of the devotee, there is no temple. Temples have become monuments managed by archaeological agencies. This is not the way to maintain the temple. Temples have to be alive. For this, the heart of the devotee is very important. And on this day, over 3 crore Tamils have spoken. I beseech the political parties to take this commitment, and I beseech all the citizens, responsible citizens of Tamil Nadu to take this stance that Tamil temple should be liberated to once again grow back to their original glory. Sadhguru, what about the New Year resolution? What should we take? And I've taken many times and it didn't work, so what should I do? If you want to make some change in your life, you don't have to quit something. What you need is not a resolution, forcefully changing something. Well, tomorrow fixing the new year means people are always thinking of taking a new year resolution. I will do this in the new year, I'll do that in the new year. It lasts till noon time on first. For more determined ones, it lasts a few days. At most give up by the end of January. New Year resolution is forgotten because it's old. The year is already month old. How can you talk about New Year resolution? That was over. That was only when it was new, mint new. So, these New Year resolutions, it once happened. Shankaran Pillai took a New Year resolution that I'll quit smoking. He told everybody that he knows, I'm quitting smoking. So, on the first evening, many people have this, what is called as recovery parties. They woke up at 12 noon, now they have to recover from the party, so there's a recovery party. There are people who are experts in suggesting, for the recovery, what kind of drinks you must have. So he went to that party. And then he asked one of his friends, give me a cigarette. He said, oh, I thought you quit. He said, I have. Just this is the first phase. I said, what do you mean by that? What is the first phase? He says, I've quit buying. Phase by phase implementation, So, various things. So people always asking me, Sadhguru, what about the New Year resolution? What should we take? And I've taken many times and it didn't work, so what should I do? You should not take any New Year resolutions. Because you cannot decide what you will do considering a particular date. If you want to make some change in your life, let's say something has to change. Let's say you want to quit smoking or you want to quit picking your nose. No, I'm saying this because I was in conversation with some top psychiatrists in UK, and they told me nose picking is one of the classified ailments in psychiatry. Nose picking. See, now you can't even get to it, huh? You are masked, you can't even get to it anymore. After they put that swab and did this to you, you don't want to put your hand anywhere near that anymore. So, whatever you wanted to quit, you don't have to quit something. All you have to do is, you must move from compulsive behavior to a conscious behavior. If you have to become conscious, you must be in a certain sense of exuberance within you, certain joy within you. Have you noticed, when you are happy, you can forego many compulsions, huh? You're very happy, normally you sit only in that place. You're very happy, somebody pushes you, it's okay, When you're unhappy, can we push you? When you're unhappy, if we push you, you're like a bomb, you'll explode. When you are happy, we can push you around. That's why I keep people happy. Because when they're happy, you can push them around, it's okay. Nothing is absolute, everything is okay. When they're unhappy, they're behaving like concrete blocks. They can only be like this. So, what you need is not a resolution, forcefully changing something. What you need is consciousness. How do I get there? Well, you need to work on enhancing your energy to a higher level of exuberance. If you're a little more exuberant, you'll naturally be conscious. If your experience of life is very pleasant, you will be conscious.
Robert Oppenheimer used this as a description for the first nuclear test. When 1,000 suns explode in the sky, I shall come as death. He took a passage from the Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata and Ramayana. You will see vivid description of weapons which resemble today's modern weapons. You can still explore the cosmos, you could still know everything. You look at the sciences as we know it today, they are full of explanations, but never ever addressing the most fundamental aspect of creation in any sense. Explanation for what is already there. And those explanations keep changing every 5 years. And a new set of people will get Nobel Prizes. I'm not trying to make fun of science as a whole. It's a fantastic exploration, no question about that. Today, the top scientists in the world have fully realized that this is not the way. They are openly saying that it is not only that we do not know, we will never know, but knowing tidbits about creation itself will bring enormous amount of benefit to humanity, no question about that. But benefit to one generation and extinction to the future generations are very short-sighted benefits. You will see in Puranas, Mahabharata and Ramayana comes under the Purana culture. You will see vivid description of weapons which resemble today's modern weapons. They could have just made up something which did not exist, the concept of it which did not exist a few hundred years ago. And you will be surprised, Robert Oppenheimer, who is considered as the father of modern nuclear weaponry, when the first nuclear weapon was tested in the United States, in Los Alamos, he took a passage from Krishna, from the Bhagavad Gita, and he said, when Krishna spoke about this, he said, "When 1,000 suns explode in the sky, I shall come as death and shall shake the world." So he took this passage and used this as a description for the first nuclear test that happened in the United States. Because the same thing was spoken almost 5,000 years ago by Krishna. So why I'm going into this is, these aspects of physical sciences were explored and were rejected, are not the way for the humanity. If you go this way, this is a way of destruction, this is not the way to go. So they turned the whole thing into a mystical dimension where a human being can expand and explore limitlessly without causing any damage to anything around him. Without disturbing any life, you can still explore the cosmos, you could still know everything. And fundamental longing within a human being is, he wants to expand. How he does it is the only question, either by conquest or by inclusion. Which way does he do it is the only question. But a human being cannot be kept here without expansion. So, when we talk about mystical dimensions, we are talking about looking at life, exploring life in a completely different direction and dimension. This needs a certain amount of reversal of everything you have done as life. If I say your life, you will immediately think your job, your business, your family, your husband, your wife, your children, your friend, and many other things, isn't it? Very few people, only if I put a gun to your head and say your life, then you understand what's life. This is not a party, this is not a job, this is not money, this is not home, this is not children, this is not this and that. Life means this. What makes life is not your local train coming on time, airplane taking off on time, your cell phone working, something else happening, your bank account clicking. No, what makes life happen is just this: the soil, the rain, the breeze, the mountain, the tree, and what beats here, what pulsates within this every cell in this body, and above all, the intelligence behind all. If we want to explore something else, then we have to rejig ourselves a little bit. Rejigging ourselves may not be our idea of fun, but I want you to know one thing: the only and only thing, knowingly or unknowingly, that you're aspiring for is to become something more than what you are right now. You will never become anything more than what you are right now, unless your perception is enhanced, By increasing your bank balance, you will not become more. That's only in comparison with somebody. Unless everybody is little poorer than you won't feel good having $1 billion. Suppose everybody in the world has $10 billion and you have $1 billion, are you happy? So $1 billion is not going to do anything, it's only the social comparison. Anything that you may have or you believe you have achieved in life will not mean anything unless there is somebody to look down upon, unfortunately. Please see this. Yes or no? Yes. The only thing that will matter is your perception is enhanced. You are experiencing more life than you were experiencing yesterday. For this, you don't need anybody's comparison. How somebody is experiencing or not experiencing is not even an issue. If you're experiencing something more than what you were experiencing yesterday, this day is a blessed day and it's a fulfilled day. Ultimately, that's the only and only thing that fulfills a human being and nothing else.